I was born with Asperger's syndrome. From day one, life tested me in ways most kids never had to face. The only child in my swim class not to receive a certificate of completion while everyone else was celebrated. Left alone in a room by 10 of my own relatives while they laughed together. Even mocked by my own uncle when I accidentally walked straight into a mirror in front of his friends. At a prestigious pre-elementary school, they didn't guide me. They left me outside in the yard all day because I acted abnormal. And then came the hardest blow. In 5th grade, a respected school psychologist told my parents and teachers I would never make it through middle school, high school, or the workforce. But here's the truth. I did. I graduated high school a year early. I earned the Math Award. I received the Give Respect, Receive Respect Award. And I went on to graduate with honors from a respected university on the west coast of the United States, earning a Bachelor of Arts in Economics while paying for every expense myself. Tuition, books, housing, food, everything. But my path wasn't just about victories. One of my brilliant friends, the top of our graduating class, took his own life after being rejected from a hedge fund. That tragedy shook me. It taught me that intellect without resilience is fragile, and intelligence without discipline can become a burden. So I searched for answers. I traveled to 18 countries: Germany, Switzerland, France, Italy, Belgium, the Netherlands, England, Australia, China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Macau, Japan, South Korea, Thailand, Singapore, Vietnam, Mexico, and Canada. I volunteered in over 5 different non-denominational churches. I worked alongside young people everywhere. Here's what I witnessed. A genius from MIT, once celebrated on national TV, has been experiencing housing insecurity and financial hardship. An assembly line worker with no degree built sub-assemblies in his garage. After several bankruptcies, he created a high-tech company, sold it, and found boundless happiness in retirement. A couple, both with master's degrees in math, went bankrupt, divorced, and both are currently couch surfing. Meanwhile, a poor, uneducated couple from a third-world country who didn't even know how to use email started by watching bikes for a fee. Over time, they built businesses, invested in real estate, and created a successful future for their family. These real stories shook me. They showed me that it's not the degree but the life skills and habits we build that determine where we end up. That's why I started this channel. My name is Atlas Thrive. For confidentiality, I'll keep names and places anonymous, but every story I share is true. I'm not rich in money. I live simply. And right now, I even hold a minimum wage job at an international company, undercover, in a way, to see how people treat someone with Asperger's when they think he's ordinary, versus when they learn he's independent and accomplished. This channel is my way of passing forward the lessons I've learned. You'll discover how a boy with Asperger's, written off by experts, fought through rejection, made it through school, and built a life of independence. Why some of the smartest, most accomplished people fall, while others with almost nothing rise. And most importantly, how you and your children can build the true foundation for life, skills that schools never teach. That's why I created this channel, Atlas Thrive. I want to share with you the 3 essential foundations that schools rarely teach. Number 1, emotional intelligence EQ. Number 2, communication. Number 3, history and karma. Because life is not about test scores or trophies. It's about how you rise after every fall, how you connect with others, and how you live with wisdom and integrity. This is just Series A. Later, we'll move into Series B, the How, practical strategies, exercises, and tools for parents and kids. From there, Series C and beyond will explore applying these lessons in real-world news, stories, and challenges. My goal? To equip the next generation to thrive in a world that is exponential, manipulative, and sometimes impossible to trust. If this channel helps just one child, one parent, one family become aware of these 3 foundations and gives them a joyful ride in this short life on Earth, my mission is complete. Join me on this journey. Subscribe, share, and walk with me through these lessons. Because together, we're not just building achievers, we're building resilient, wise, and joyful human beings. The story of my life isn't written in a chronology of events, but in the lingering echoes of the past that continue to shape who I am. I was born far from here, in a third world country. My life changed forever on October 1st, 2001. Just weeks after the tragedy of 9/11, my grandfather dropped everything he was doing on the west coast of the US and traveled nearly 8,000 miles to bring my mother and me to America. That date, October 1st, remains sacred. Because 24 years ago, he gave me not just a plane ticket, but a second chance at life. He used to tell me, if you are ever capable, and if opportunity presents itself, return to the motherland and help the next generation. So today, Grandpa, rest in peace. I carry that mission. This channel is a long way from home, but it's my attempt to honor your words and help the next generation thrive. I owe everything to people who believed in me when the world doubted me. I'm grateful for the 3 angels in my life, J, and M, who entrusted me with a humongous amount of assets to trade, knowing I had no background in quantitative trading or algorithms. Their trust built the foundation of my disciplined trading to this day. I'm grateful for my 3 aunts, C4, C6, and C8, who left their families and responsibilities in the Midwest to support my mentor during a life or death surgery. I'm grateful for Uncle G, Mr. Bo, Mrs. Ta, Mrs. B, Sheti, Dai D, BT, BTE, Dr. L, Dr. A, Dr. H, and so many more who constantly called to ask about my mentor's health. I'm grateful for all my critics and doubters too. Without their challenges, I would not be standing here today. And of course, thanks Mom, you're the best. And to the most underestimated human being I've ever known, thank you for being the greatest cheerleader of my life. Before you click away, I want you to say this out loud with me, again and again and again. Discipline is the product of scars. That's because you cannot think your way into discipline. You must live your way into it. Discipline comes from enduring the repeated lesson until it carves into your very bones. This is from Jesse Livermore. Read this over again, and again. Read this over again, and again. And I will shed the light to you in Series B and C. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll begin our journey into Series A with number 1. By training our emotional intelligence, we've built the inner strength to face any storm. Number 2, through mindful communication, we've forged deeper, more meaningful connections with others. And number 3, by acknowledging the cycle of history and karma, we've awakened to our true power as a creator of our own destiny.